Curious about pewter? Let's learn about the other white metal. So if you're interested in working with pewter, whether it's for metal spinning or just creation of other metal works that you might be interested in doing, I would highly recommend this book. It's a great book to get started and covers all of the basics of working with pewter, setting it up in your studio, making small vessels and containers, and even doing some casting and things like that. So this is a great starting point, highly recommended book. Couple other things just as you're getting started. We'll have a couple other videos that focus on more specific aspects of pewter, but the material predominantly comes in either sheet or wire, and since it work softens, you need to get slightly thicker material than you think you might need for your piece, since the thickness of the material will give it the strength and durability. A lot of times the edges of pewter you either solder or weld on a lip to also give it sort of rigidity of vessels and functional forms and things like that. So this is the sheet metal, and then of course the wire comes in a variety of different sizes. Contendi is the supplier that I really like, that I pretty much order all of my pewter from as well. And as you're getting set up in the studio, particularly if it's a jewelry or metalworking studio where you do higher temperature silver soldering, the most crucial aspect is for you to keep everything completely separate. Pewter is predominantly a tin alloy and has a much lower melting and soldering temperature than silver solder used for non-ferrous metals like copper, silver, gold, things like that. So it's really important that you don't have any contamination and that you don't share tools across those, because a bunch of pewter dust, say from sawing or filing, could get mixed in with silver, and actually if you heat that silver up, it'll eat into it and pit as the pewter becomes superheated. So just want to make sure that you have everything, keep everything separate. Something that I chose to do in the studio is to choose purple for pewter. That's not a universally recognized choice, but just thought that was a good way to go. And so any of the tools that I'm working with for pewter, I have in a separate toolbox, and I have them painted pewter just to make sure that I don't get anything mixed up. And there's basic fabrication, and in this video we'll cover both welding and soldering of pewter, and all of the metal finishing techniques that we've covered in other videos apply the same to pewter, but again, you just want to keep all of those materials completely separate. With casting pewter, we're going to do a separate video on that, but it does come in these large ingots, and you can either get a what they call a hot pot, an electronic melting crucible for pewter, or you can use a torch and melt it in its own crucible as well. But again, you want to keep everything completely separate. As far as chemistry with pewter, it's pretty simple. Really the only two chemicals that I have in the studio related to pewter are either the soldering flux that helps to keep down oxides while you're heating up and soldering the pewter together, and then also an oxidizer, where if you want a kind of a patina or darker finish on your pewter, that's the other chemical that you can use on it. But it's a relatively simple setup, and it's really a pleasure to work with the lower temperatures. It really, if you have a lot of experience working with, say, the temperature range of high temperature silver soldering for copper or silver, it's really quite different in how you can set up, and we'll talk about that a little bit as we get set up to weld and solder. All right, so with soldering and welding pewter, it has some unique properties that you should be aware of as you get involved with it. Because of its low temperature, there really is just one temperature range of solder that's used with pewter. However, it also, the heat, when you heat up pewter, is very localized, so it's possible to do welding just with a regular torch as opposed to like TIG welding together bronze or something like that. However, with welding or soldering, you just need to use some flux to keep the metal as clean as possible as you're heating it up. So I'm just going to weld a simple butt joint with the pewter here. I have two pieces, just flux that, and then I have other pieces of pure pewter that I'm going to place into. So you could weld without adding additional metal, but sometimes it can sink. And so by adding some additional little pieces, you can flow those into the welding seam. So as it's heating, you'll notice that it's very localized. And with using a hotter torch like this, you really have to move quickly. So you want to get in there, melt, fuse those sides together, and then get out of there before it completely sinks. Now you can go back in and sort of remelt slightly to get it to flow in, but you do risk, because the welding point, you're essentially liquefying the pewter, you do risk it, the heat spreading and really causing the whole piece to collapse. So we'll do that again with the second part. Get right in there, flow, seam, done. And with this last one, I'm going to show you, I was just going to say how that overheating with the previous areas already heated, you can see how quickly it melted through. So there's good and bad things about welding. The good thing with welding pewter is that you end up with a piece that's 100% pewter. So you could then hammer on it, form it, spin it, things like that, and it would be just like using a full piece of pewter. The solder that's used with pewter is a little bit more brittle than silver solder, so I wouldn't recommend, I would be using that as a final fabrication step, and I wouldn't recommend planning any kind of forming on it, since it is brittle and it's possible, it's quite easy to crack the solder seam. So I'll just take the back piece here, and I'm just going to solder this upright piece to it. And just fluxing the piece. And this time I'm not using pure solder, I'm just using some small pieces of pewter solder. And you'll see how those will flow in a slightly different way than welding will. So I'll just place that there. And again, because of the temperature of the torch, if you go past that soldering temperature, you really can risk melting everything, but you can see how quickly that solder flows. And then you just want to make sure that it flows into the seam, but you want to watch your heat, that you're not overheating the pewter. You can see it flow through the seam right there, and that's it. So hopefully that gives you, it really is a skill, and you really need to experiment and practice a lot. So before you're working on a finished piece, definitely try welding different scrap pieces together and also practicing your soldering as well. But this should be a good intro to pewter, and like I said, we'll have some other videos that get into more specific fabrication designs and certainly mold making and casting for pewter as well. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to hit that subscribe button so that you can hear from me when I post future videos. Thanks for stopping by.